Hare Krishna. So Ramchandra Prabhu had called this afternoon and then he suggested this topic, win the morning, win the mind. So today what we're going to do, a deep dive, is the importance of morning sadhana. All of us are sadhakas, practitioners of Bhakti Yoga, Krishna consciousness. And, someone may have just started, and there may be those who are several years in the movement who are practicing this. So, what is the significance of doing your sadhana, the practices in the morning? So, we'll get into that, the why, how, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, what are the solutions, in case we come across any obstacle in doing the morning sadhana. Hare Krishna. Of course, as always, whatever pravachan, whatever discussion, etc., we have is in the Param Shiksha Guru of ISKCON, that is Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, what we're going to talk about is not simply how one can do sadhana, dear devotees, but how it transforms our consciousness. So, for example, when we come into Krishna consciousness, there are so many things that we learn. We hear, we learn, we put it into practice, we get realization. But please understand, information is meant to bring about transformation. So, this transformation of the consciousness, all of us are conscious. It's only a um, dead body. A person who's dead has no consciousness. Consciousness is the symptom. It's a symptom of presence of soul in the body. This is what Prabhupada says. Consciousness is the symptom of presence of soul in the body. When the soul leaves the body, it's called a dead body. So as long as we are alive, we are conscious, we are aware. Now, the thing is, what are we aware of? If you actually look at it, is whatever we are aware of, wherever the senses get focused onto, it comes to one thing is I, me, myself, mine. And this consciousness is called material consciousness. And what we're doing is transformation of the consciousness to the original consciousness, which is not I, me, myself, mine, but it is Krishna in the center, Krishna consciousness. So, how do you transfer from I, me, myself, mine to Krishna? Hare Krishna. And when this transformation happens, the entire life changes. You may continue doing the same thing. For example, you're a mother, you're a housewife, you're a student, you're a professional, you go to your job, you continue doing the same thing, but that quality of life changes. Hare Krishna. So if consciousness changes, life changes. If it does not, nothing really has changed. It's just mechanically we are going through the process. So Prabhupada says is Krishna consciousness is a process of purification, and that takes place through daily practices. It is not once in a way. It is not sporadic. It is daily, disciplined. And in this discipline, there are certain methods, there are certain processes that we need to follow, which will make it most effective to get this transformation going. Hare Krishna. So keep this in mind. The theme sadhana is a daily medicine. Hare Krishna. And it changes this I, me, myself, mine material consciousness to Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means our original consciousness, that is love of Godhead, Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. Now we'll go back to the basics a little bit so things can be put into perspective. Who am I? Who am I? Now, all of us would be knowing on this forum that I'm not the body, I'm the soul. But this is mainly at an intellectual level or at a philosophical level. We understand I'm not the body, I'm the soul. But if you actually analyze, there are still many things as sadhakas we do, which is still on the bodily platform. This I, me, myself, mine. Of course, that's because it's called we are in a conditioned state. We may have come to Krishna consciousness recently, or it could have been decades we've come through that. But what is it in presence of lifetimes of I, me, myself, mine consciousness that the soul has undergone, the soul has experienced all the samskaras and impressions on its consciousness, which is tattooed over there, millions of lifetime, which is there. So now in this lifetime, we have this opportunity, this conditioned state to transform it. Now it is up to us. Everything, all the tools are given to us. It is up to us, our choice, dear devotees, of how we best make use of that tools which is provided to us. So who am I? In the conditioned state, we are identifying with the body. There's a very interesting pastime. In the early days, the half knowledge, they say, is dangerous knowledge. So they had read, these brahmacharis and the devotees that, oh, women, Stri, Shudra, etc., they are less intelligent. And then they came up with, oh, women won't go back to Godhead. It's only the men who go back to Godhead. So one Mataji approached Prabhupada and she's saying, Prabhupada, is it true that only men go to, women will not go back to Godhead? So Prabhupada looked at her and he said, yes, women will not go back to Godhead. So she got shocked. And then after that, he said, is because you think yourself to be a woman, you're still in the bodily consciousness. And having a bodily consciousness, you cannot go back to Godhead. Similarly, when Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj, a black-bodied devotee, a great devotee, in the early days, so the other devotees would have some kind of a discrimination with him. So he went to Prabhupada and complained, Prabhupada, your philosophy is so high. You teach, that we are not the body, etc. But still I'm being treated differently just because I have a black body. So Prabhupada told him, it is because of their ignorance they are treating you like a black body. And it's because of your ignorance that you're feeling bad, because you also consider yourself to be a black body. So you understand this, dear devotees, that even with our sadhana, even with the philosophy, etc., there is still some kind of a tie-up we have with this I, me, myself, mine. And there is the opportunity to actually come on this platform that I am a spirit soul, aham brahmasmi. I'm not this body. That opportunity is there. The processes are there, the tools are there. And as I mentioned before, it is up to us to make the best use out of this. So right now, the body is saying, I'm Indian, I'm American, I'm young, old, rich, whatever it may be, educated, this, that, this is my house, this is my bank account, this is my position, oh, I'm so and so, I'm this, that, whatever it is, all bodily related. But what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Completely the opposite. We are the eternal soul, and we have forgotten. That's the root cause of all suffering. We have forgotten who we are. We've forgotten that relationship. Forgetfulness, avidya, ignorance. That is the root cause of all our suffering. Now, I will need help from devotees on the call. Let's make this interactive. Can someone read the shloka and the translation, please? Please don't feel shy. Don't worry about the pronunciation. Make an attempt, even if it is incorrect, your pronunciation. Krishna appreciates it. Just look at it like if there's a small child who's learning how to speak, they may speak totla or they'll make mistakes, but it is very pleasing to the
Um,
parents that they're making an effort. So please go ahead.
I'll do it, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumraram yauvanam jara tata dehantara praptir Dhiras tatra na muhyati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into larger another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
Very
Bhagavad
good.
Gita 2.13.
Thank you, Prabhu. So here it talks about life and death. We identify with this body is ever changing. Right now, as I'm speaking and as you're listening, your cells, the fundamental part of this physical body, is undergoing change. There is nothing in you which is older than 7 years. It keeps replacing the cells. Every 7 years, everything is changed. So we are changing. But yet, that sense of I am remains. And that I am, the correct understanding is it's the soul. And when the soul leaves the body, it goes and acquires another body based on whatever has been its activities. Through activities come the proclivities, through proclivities come the consciousness. So, what is the consciousness of the soul at the time of death? Accordingly, it will get that particular body. So, a sober person is not, you know, bewildered by what's happening when sometimes death is shocking, death is tragedy, death hurts, but death is as natural as being born. That's it. Birth is nothing but soul entering a body and coming out into the world from its mother's womb or from the egg or whatever be the case. And death is when that soul leaves the body. So a person is not bewildered by this. So what we can learn from this is taking the reference of Shastras and the very word of Swayam Bhagwan Krishna is that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul. Aham Brahmasmi. Very easy to say, very easy to memorize this shloka, very easy to give a class on it, but to actually live on that platform of Aham Brahmasmi requires sadhana, requires practices. It's not just going to happen. And it requires the sadhana and practices to be done in a proper manner. Hare Krishna. Here's an analogy, the forgotten prince. Now, just think of a prince. He gets lost as a kid and he grows up amongst beggars. What does he think? He's also a beggar. I'm poor. I'm a destitute. But is he really poor? He's the son of the king. It's just that he has forgotten his real identity and he's identifying himself with the beggars and he's thinking himself to be poor. So also we are the eternal part and parcel. Krishna and Radharani are the supreme father and mother for all times for everybody. This lifetime we have parents. This lifetime we have a wife. This lifetime we have a relationship with a child. The Bhagavatam describes this is just like the in a river. You have all twigs, branches, leaves. The force of tide brings it together. They travel together for a certain time, and then the force of tide separates them, and these leaves, twigs, branches go and form, clusters with other trees, leaves, branches. So this is not permanent, what we have. But who we are, that soul, is permanent, it's eternal. And the eternal father and mother is Shri Krishna, parts and parcel of Krishna. And part and parcel means what? The part is meant to serve the whole. So we are the eternal servants of Krishna. And this forgetfulness is what the disease is. And the cure to the disease, dear devotees, is remembrance. When we remember, I'm not the body, I'm the soul. Aham Brahmasmi. I'm the servant of Krishna. That is when really we are living. William Wallace, you must have seen that movie several years ago. It came, Braveheart. He made a very important saying: everybody dies, but not everyone lives. So, this breathing, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, that is not life. We think that is life. We only try to make it more comfortable, more sophisticated. But we are just animals. Even an animal is doing that, only we are doing it in a sophisticated manner. What difference is it? That's not living. When we actually are on the platform of Aham Brahmasmi, that is really living. Hare Krishna. So, to get to that stage of Aham Brahmasmi, again we come to this point of sadhana and doing sadhana properly. Hare Krishna. Can someone read the shloka, please, from Chaitanya Charitamrita?
Ivira Swarupa Haya Krishnara Nityadasa. The constitutional position of every living being is to be Krishna's internal servant. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 20.108.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So, Jivera Sarupahaya Krishnara Nityadas. Krishnara Nityadas, eternal. You cannot be separated from Krishna. It's impossible. When we say over here, is we've separated, Dhanurdhar Maharaj has given this example. Even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is another text. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Andhakar. Jahan Krishna Taha Nahi Maya Adhikar. Krishna is like the sun, Maya is like darkness. In the presence of sun, there's no darkness. So now we say we are in Maya. This material world is Maya. It's an illusion. What does it mean? So if you see the sun, currently our experience of the sun is it is localized in one place. So I can turn my back from the sun. Now this is the source of light and I've turned my back from the sun. What do I see in front? Shadow, a dark shadow. Correct? But how can you turn your back from Krishna? Krishna is omnipotent. That's one of the qualities of God, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. He's omnipotent, he's omnipresent, he's everywhere. He's within us as the Paramatma. He's within the inanimate objects. He's within the space between atoms. Krishna is everywhere. In the material world, in the spiritual world, he's everywhere. So if somebody is everywhere, how can you turn their back from him? You can turn your back from me because I'm localized. But if I turn my back from Krishna, he's there in front. If I turn left, he's there, right, up, down, anywhere, any coordinate, Krishna is everywhere. How can you turn your back away from Krishna? How could you ever be in illusion? Maharaj, Dhanodhar Maharaj has explained, it's only in a dream. Because in a dream, you could do anything, be anyone, do anything. In a dream, you could be flying. Can you really fly? No. So this is that ignorance, dreamlike state that we have, this forgetfulness. So we are Nitya Das. Don't forget this, dear devotees. And to come about this realization, again, it comes to sadhana. Proper sadhana, not just sadhana. The operative word is proper sadhana. So all these truths which have been revealed in the scriptures, which the acharyas have simplified and explained to us, all these truths get to realization, and not just here at the intellectual philosophical level, but actually it gets into our heart and it changes our life. Aham Brahmasmi. Nityara Krishna Das. Hare Krishna. So if you see a mirror is covered with dust, we cannot reflect, see our image. Is the problem the mirror? No, it is the dust. Similarly, this consciousness of ours, like I explained, since millions of lifetime, has accumulated these anarthas. This I, me, myself, mine. That consciousness leads to actions, and actions have consequences. These consequences create impressions called samskaras, and these samskaras get embedded into the consciousness. So we have a pure consciousness. The spirit soul, who we are, The Atma has nothing to do with material. It is superior, but it is trapped here, and it starts identifying with the body, ahamta and mamta, I, me, myself, mine. So this pure consciousness is covered. Can anyone tell me, this is a question to everyone, what are the anarthas covering? What is this dust, thick layer of dirt covering our consciousness? There are 6 categories. Take a try.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mat, Matsar.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. So this is what is covering our consciousness. Kama. Usually, lust people equate to some kind of a sexual desire. Yes, it is a desire. It is a strong urge to gratify the senses. It could be anything. You could be very lusty to listen to classical music or to see beautiful paintings. So the strong desire for sense gratification is called kama. Krodha is anger. When these desires are blocked, there's a lot of frustration and rage. This also, lust also brings about greed, lobha. I have, but I want more. Radhanath Swami says, the key to happiness lies not in what all you have, it's what all you can do without. We want more and more. We want to accumulate more and more. With greed comes attachment. Whatever. Attachment dilutes the intelligence. Material attachment, by the way, brings about pride. This affects all of us in the conditioned state. The very fact that we are here in this material world, we are subject to this. Hare Krishna. Someone please read this verse.
कामैषा क्रोधेषा रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विधेयेनम् इह वैरिणम्. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of this world."
Very good. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
You see how it starts with this lust? I, me, myself, mine. I identify with this body, and then the senses are the tools with which I can be gratified. It gives me, I think it gives me some kind of a pleasure or happiness, but that's an illusion. In the seeds of joy, in the fruit of joy are contained seeds of sorrow. All of us have experienced this. All of us have experienced it. Hare Krishna. So it is this lust which is the all-devouring sinful enemy. And this lust becomes anger. Hare Krishna. So to clear this mirror, again, sadhana. Proper sadhana. We'll come to the later understanding of what is sadhana. Sadhana we casually say is practice. Uska practice, but there are so many practices. You could be a cricketer who's practicing every day at the net. You're a bowler. How to bowl in swing, out swing. You're practicing hours and hours and hours together, perfecting your trade. But the sadhana that we're talking here is something much, much more. Hare Krishna. So it brings us to this bhakti yoga. When we talk about sadhana, it is the spiritual practices in this field of Bhakti Yoga. Now, Bhagavad Gita, dear devotees, has three main themes. First is Karma Yoga, chapters 1 to 6. Then is Bhakti Yoga, 7 to 12. And then finally, there's Jnana Yoga, 13 to 18. But Krishna gives one conclusion. Somebody please read 1855.
भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावान् यश्चास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मां तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विश्यते तद् अनन्तरम्. One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Hare
Very good.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. One can understand me only by devotional services. Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness, so we spoke about the I, me, myself, mind, material consciousness, and we are displacing that and coming to a pure consciousness, the original consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. So we can know Krishna only through bhakti. And this bhakti, devotion, is a very systematic, scientific way of going about. It is not impulsive. It is not, it is not emotional. Oh, I feel like doing it like this, or it is like that. There is knowledge. Just as when we all went to school, we learned in physics, heat expands, cold contracts. That is the knowledge we had. Heat expands. What was that experiment? There was that ball bearing and there was a ring, and the ball bearing would just pass through the ring. And then when you heated the ball bearing, you saw that it would not pass through the ring, and you said that, oh, that metal has expanded. And after a while it cooled down, you would see it goes in again. So there is that knowledge. How do we get that knowledge? So devotional service is not just a process of actually getting the knowledge, it is also putting that knowledge into practice. Hare Krishna. And when that knowledge gets into practice, the consciousness transforms. Hare Krishna. So this entire, what we're talking about, sadhana, end to end, is not just limited to knowledge or not just limited to practice. It is a combination of knowledge and practices. Hare Krishna. So why only bhakti? Because only bhakti is where one can be remembering Krishna. You remember at the start of the presentation, it was our disease is forgetfulness of Krishna. And it is only bhakti which gives the ability for one to be remembering Krishna all the time. Not just intellectually, but also in the consciousness that happens. Hare Krishna. Now, here's another analogy. A child gets lost. Do you think giving him money will help? So there's a story. This kid goes to a mela, a fair, very crowded, and he gets lost, separated from his parents. He gets lost. Now, initially, he is totally captivated. Oh, there's a giant wheel. Oh, merry-go-round over there. Oh, cotton candy over here. Oh, these lights are flashing here and there. All these things attract his attention, and he's very pleased. And then there is a huge downpour. Everyone runs, taking shelter. This guy is there. He doesn't know what to do. He gets fully wet. Finally, he goes into one small little shelter, and he's sniffling, and he catches a cold. He's hungry. He's crying. So one kind gentleman comes, gives him one samosa. You're hungry, beta? Yeah. Takes a samosa, he eats it. Feeling cold. He's getting a little fever. Gives him little medicine. Puts a shawl around him, makes him feel comfortable. Temporarily, the child feels relieved. But is the child really happy? the child is actually looking for his father. Then a man finally comes and he says, oh, this kid I know, his father's over there. Puts him in a car and takes him to his father, and the child runs to his father's arms. Was the child happy eating a samosa? Was the child happy getting the shawl, taking care of his cold, cough, whatever was there? Getting shelter from the rain? So similarly, dear devotees, this is the situation we are in. We are caught up in this mela of life, material life, all these shining things here and there. And then we fall ill. Or if we are not ill, out of altruism, we say, oh, अस्पताल खोलो, गरीबों को खाना बांटो, उनको कपड़ा दो. Yes, important. As long as the body is there, roti, kapda, makan is required. But what is the real compassion? The real compassion, dear devotees, is welfare of the soul. If the soul is taken care of, everything else is taken care of, because the root is the soul. Hare Krishna. And this process of bhakti yoga is connecting us back to our parents, Krishna and Radharani. Someone please read this.
ब्राह्मण धर्मित्य कौन भाग्यवान जीवा गुरु कृष्ण प्रसाद पाए भक्ति लता बीजा. According to the karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna, by the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master. Such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 19.151.
Thank you, Prabhu. Bhakti Lata Bija. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. Bhakti Lata Bija. So we've received the Bhakti Lata Bij. Now what? Automatically you think it will start. Oh, I got initiated. Ho gaya. Tick mark. It's done. That's where it starts. It's not the end. That's where it starts. There's a long way to go. Otherwise, what is the use of getting that Bhakti Lata Bij, dear devotees? Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. After wandering millions of lifetimes like a yo-yo, we are bouncing up and down from lower planetary systems to upper planetary systems and everything in between. Based on our karma, we are shuttling here and there. Now, this lifetime, we have the opportunity. Through mercy of Guru, through mercy of Krishna, we got Guru. Through mercy of Guru, we'll get Krishna. Guru gives instructions, Krishna gives instructions. How much of it is put into practice, those instructions? How much of these instructions, what is initiation? When I approached my Guru Maharaj for initiation many years ago, he says, yes, I'll give you initiation, but the real purpose, the real meaning of initiation is surrendering to the instructions of your spiritual master. So many instructions are there. All of us can quote, oh, Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said that. We can quote the Shastras. We can be very good speakers. We could be very good memorizing the verses. But what is more important is the practice. In absence of practicing it, it is just theoretical. Hare Krishna, sadhana. And then it comes to what type of sadhana? Proper sadhana. And when we do that proper sadhana, that Bhakti Lata Bij flourishes and finds its way back home to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So now you realize how important proper sadhana is. Hare Krishna. So what is sadhana? Sadhana comes from a root word, sadha. The Sanskrit means to accomplish. So in this context, sadhana is the practice which accomplishes the awakening of our love of Krishna. All of us are lovers of Krishna. Krishna loves us no matter who you are. You may be an asura, you may be a rakshasa, you may be in a severe material consciousness. Krishna will never abandon you. He loves you unconditionally. Similarly, that same love we have for Krishna, but our consciousness is polluted. That thing is lying dormant in us. So, this awakening, giving you an example. For example, you make lasagna, dear devotees. Your lasagna, after it's made, all the cheese gets stuck to the vessel, correct? What you do, if you have to scrub it off, you take a scrubber, you put some soap, and then you start scrubbing it. Do you just think by putting soap and water, it'll go away, it'll become clean? You have to scrub it, you have to do that effort. And the harder you scrub, the more it'll come out, the faster it'll get clean. Correct? Similarly, all these anarthas which are there in our heart, how you scrub it? You could be scrubbing it very casually, or you could be scrubbing it with a lot of intensity and seriously. Which you think will give a better result? So look at it as this sadhana is the scrubbing of anarthas. And proper sadhana is scrubbing it off properly. Hare Krishna. Kirti sadhya bhave sadhya bhava sadhana vidha nitya sadhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridaya sadhyata. When transcendental devotional service, by which love of Krishna is attained, is executed by the senses, it is called sadhana bhakti, or the regulative discharge of devotional service. Such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. The awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service in practice, sadhana. That is what sadhana means, dear devotee. Hare Krishna. So, all of us eat food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Why do you need food? The body needs food. With food, it transforms it into energy. The energy helps the cells, it helps us do things. Correct? So, food is necessary to live. Hare Krishna. Similarly, for the Atma, what does the Atma need? These are the 6 main categories that the Atma needs. Chanting, hearing, you know these, right? Reading, deity worship, association, seva. This is the must have, the requirement. If you see the food pyramid, how it is, correct? So this is also the food for the soul. People say soul food. This is the soul food. Hare Krishna. You look at your teeth, another example. Every morning you have to brush your teeth. You don't brush your teeth in the morning. You get up, okay? And you brush it at 4 in the evening. What do you think has happened? The night's bacteria in your mouth is multiplying. Then through the day, you're eating your breakfast and other thing. That is also adding on. So that brushing which you do at 4, what is it going to do? It's only going to remove a little bit of it, that much. You've accumulated. So what you do when you get up in the morning, you are resetting it. You've cleaned off. Hare Krishna. And it's required daily. You don't brush. आज सोमवार है, मेरा उपवास है. I'm not going to brush. You brush daily. Hare Krishna. Similarly, sadhana is a daily affair. Look at sadhana as the cleanser, as we mentioned earlier. Hare Krishna. And why is it required? This mind can never stay empty. There are some meditation, they say, become thoughtless. Impossible. It is not possible. It is being filled. What it is being filled is our choice. Hare Krishna. So if there's an empty, abandoned house, who will go there? All the thieves and the vagabonds. Similarly, Maya is also right now occupying our head. So this mind is very, very powerful, dear devotees. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Arjun says, Maharati, I can control the wind with my arrows, but I can't control the mind. The mind is your best friend or your worst enemy. Depends on whether you can control or you are controlled by it. Hare Krishna. So morning sadhana, now we come to this, is it fills the mind with Krishna before all the noise and anxiety of the day starts. Once you fill it, it becomes a platform, it is stable. And all this noise and anxiety is only at the surface level. Please understand that, dear devotees. The significance of morning sadhana. Hare Krishna. So we all are caught by these three modes of material nature, tamas, rajas, and sattva gun. Hare Krishna. So for all this bhakti yoga, we need to come to the platform of sattva. And then higher than sattva is the shuddha sattva, the pure. Even sattva guna is a material quality. All of us have these three in different percentages and combination. There's no one who's purely ignorant, and there's no one who's purely sattva. All these three. Everything in the material world is characterized by this tamas, rajas, and sattva. So we have to come to this basic sattva platform, Hare Krishna. And then beyond this is the Shuddha Sattva. And what this Shuddha Sattva does is, that's when this consciousness gets to Krishna consciousness. But you have to come to the Sattva platform. You cannot be Krishna consciousness in the tamas or rajas. You have to come to that stage. And then from that stage, it is the launching pad, the Sattva gun, to get to the Shuddha Sattva. Hare Krishna. So example is milk and yogurt. When milk is pure, it is churned into yogurt, it gets transformed. So material goodness is good. But then this, from there, as I told you, it's a launch pad to get into spiritual goodness. Hare Krishna. So pure goodness begins when consciousness is centered only on Krishna. And early morning hours facilitate this. Nothing else will bring you to that level. It's easy, that early morning hours. When I say easy, please understand that it is not impossible. Early morning hours facilitates one to get to the Shuddha Sattva platform. Hare facilitates. It makes it easy. Hare Krishna. So when you're chanting in the morning, the mind settles. And we can have a up close and personal experience with Krishna. You're better able to listen to the sound vibration. As the day progresses, as I said, all that noise starts. External noise and internal noise. Hare Krishna. So here Krishna says, person who's engaged
Did we lose Prabhuji? I think Prabhuji lost the charge of the laptop.
Oh, okay. Ramji Prabhu, you want to call him? Inform. Let's wait. He should be back in another minute. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Hare
I'm connecting to him. Fine.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Prabhuji is here. Prabhuji, you are on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Krishna.
Yeah, be back. Okay.
Sorry, my connection dropped. If you can, Prabhu.
So you were on slide 14, Prabhuji. You were explaining the how sadhana elevates
I need to
consciousness.
share, if you could.
Oh, share. Yes, I'll give you that. Yeah. Yes, you're all set.
Okay. So we were here, morning chanting. Lets the mind settle as the day progresses. A lot of noise, external and internal, fills the mind. Hare Krishna. So why morning sadhana? These are, as I mentioned, these gunas affects everything in the material world, everything, including your food, even matter is in the sattva, rajas, and tamas. So you see this time, early morning, 4 o'clock, is goodness. Rajas starts till 8 o'clock till 4 in the afternoon. And then the night is tamas. That's the predominating, the inclination. We are controlled by this. So whatever tamas gun that we have in us awakens most active in the evening time. Similarly, the sattva gun activates best early. And as we said, you need to come to the sattva platform to get to Shuddha sattva. Hare Krishna. So morning is when consciousness easily absorbs Krishna. Hare Krishna. There's the Brahma Muhurat hour. It's about 90 minutes before sunrise. That's the best time to do your chanting. That's the best time to do your chanting. Of course, it will be difficult initially, but with practice, you will see the world of difference chanting in the Brahma Muhurat hour as compared to chanting in the afternoon or evening or in the night. The degree of difficulty. Hare Krishna. So why you chant early? Like if your battery is at 5%, what will you do? Will you start using it and, surfing the net or whatever else it is? No, you'll charge it. Similarly, in the morning, chants the spiritual battery of us. Hare Krishna. So there are challenges, easier said than done. We are accustomed to habits. We may not be getting up early. But there are solutions to this, dear devotees. It is not impossible. As I said earlier, it's a lifestyle. Initially, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. Then slowly it will become a habit. Slowly it becomes a habit. And you yourself will notice the difference it will make in the quality of your sadhana. Hare Krishna. So some practical solutions: sleep early. You cannot go to sleep at 11 and expect to wake up at 4 o'clock. It is not possible. Reduce screens. This mobile phone has something called blue light. Blue light messes with the production of the melatonin, which helps you sleep. So at least half an hour to 1 hour before you sleep, don't look at your phone. Keep it away. You do that, your Brahma Muhurat time, morning time to do japa, gets affected. Have a routine. If you sleep at a particular time, you'll awaken at a particular time. So if you say, I'll go to sleep by 9:30, you will be able to get up by 4 o'clock. But make it a routine. Of course, once in a way, it may go up and down, which is fine. But keep a routine. Plan for it. Ideally, having a bath awakens all the senses. But at the very least, brush your teeth and wash your face. Ideally, having a bath will awaken. You'll be refreshed. And everything, don't go hunting for, oh, my clothes, no, it is dark, my wife will get up or whatever. Kids will get disturbed. Have everything ready systematically. Chant with devotees in the late 90s or early 2000. We had started something called Japa Club. That time there was no Zoom or anything. Through this phone system, you could daisy chain. And initially, it just started with 2-3 devotees. We would get up early morning and we would do japa. Just chant. So you're chanting and you're listening to the other person chanting also. So in association, strengthen numbers, as they say. And this is, sometimes we feel really down or we are not up to it. Doesn't matter. Do it as a matter of duty. Forget the taste. Don't bother about the taste. Focus on the discipline. Taste will automatically come, dear devotees. And just pray. End of the day, what does Hare Krishna Mahamantra mean? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey Radha Rani, please engage me in Krishna's service. Mean this. Think of this when we are chanting. You're listening to the sound vibration. Hare Krishna. Consistency beats intensity. Hare Krishna. Keep this in mind, dear devotees. It's written here 16 attentive rounds. Attentive rounds is not easy because of our conditioning. But if we start doing proper sadhana, which means morning sadhana, it is doable. Hare Krishna. And finally, 2 gardens. One is watered systematically every morning and the other erratically, which will produce better flowers. Obviously, the first one. So please look at your heart as Krishna's garden. And this morning sadhana is the daily watering. Hare Krishna. And that's how the gift that we've received, Bhakti Lata Bij, that's how it will flourish. So we have a choice, dear devotees. What will we feed, the body or the soul? It's our choice. Feed the body first, soul later. Or I'll feed the soul first. And once the soul is fed, I'll take care of my bodily needs. Hare Krishna. So this is a checklist. And I'll share this with you if you'd like. I'll send it to Ram Tulsi Prabhu. Please read these texts from Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita. It will put things in perspective. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Babaji. That's a beautiful presentation. I'm sure devotees have a lot of questions on this. It's a very nice topic to discuss since almost all of us touch this. I'll just take around 30 seconds to explain our programs, or maybe Ram Tulsi Prabhu, you want to tell the programs and the chapati, and then we'll take the
Yes, Prabhu, I can go ahead.
Yeah.
So, Hare Krishna, everyone. So, as Prabhuji is giving very importance of the morning programs, and on top of that, we have already announcing on Japa marathon for this Chaturmas. So, can I make a co-host, Prabhu? So, we are requesting devotee to register for June. So, you register in June, and you can join in our Japa. And we'll be tracking all the minutes when are you joining all this 4 months. So we will also be giving prize, and especially devotees who are very interested in chanting would like to participate morning 20 minutes japa. So we want to bring more participation. So I have posted the link in Zoom. So devotee can go to japa.iskonofbergen.org. So they can, what you can do, so you can specially go to devotee sign up. So you can sign up, you put your name, and I'm just gonna do a test, whatever name. And you have to use the same email address that you are signing up in Zoom. So the same email address, then the attendance will be recorded, and you can use, do not forget the password. So this is the same password you use to log in to see your schedules, your, when you schedule and everything. So I can see that, I can create account and I can book a slot also. I don't have to book, or I can just register. So I've not booked anything. I'm already registered, and if I want to book, I can book at least one of the slot. Right? If I book a slot on Wednesday, I can see that every Wednesday I'll be chanting 6 a.m. So it'll be about 17 days. So I'm not booking, I'm doing a test over here. So kindly do that. So all the minutes that you'll be recording from July 29th, I think we're starting. So please do that. So everybody, despite you don't have a slot, you have a slot, you register on Zoom. And whenever you come to the morning japa, and please, use your Zoom account to log in. And second thing, whoever is participating, have a booking on a slot, minimum they have to join 4 days, at least 20 minutes, at least 4 days of the week. So that will be tracking. So ensure that you have that commitment, as you know, this Chaturmas is also coming, as Prabhuji is giving very important importance of morning sadhana. I think something we take a vow, we challenge ourselves, let me do this, make this my morning, sadhana can pick up. And if you can really do consistently, to make an habit, it says I think some certain days, 21 days or something, makes a habit. So if you can do certain thing, every morning we coming, do the chanting, despite of what it is, for 20 minutes minimum. To do that, it will definitely not make a big shot, not make so much difference, but it will definitely makes a difference in our consciousness. And after the 4 months, we will see our differences too. So let us participate in this. Devotees who have not registered in Zoom, please do that and register here. Even you are not scheduling, you are not booking a slot, please do register so we can track all your minutes and record. And whoever wants to join the slot, want to chant every Monday, we have a few slots left, please do the booking. So just wanted to let you know. If you have any questions, kindly let me know. We will be very, very happy to assist. You can ask Jaidopati Maji, myself. We will be very happy to assist on this. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. please take it very seriously. Make it a priority, as like, we want to utilize this month, the 4-month Chaturmas. Hare Krishna.
Hey, Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So other part, Prabhuji, the announcement also, this Friday is Ekadasi. So this Friday Ekadasi, and then what is the breakfast time? I'll tell you breakfast time quickly. In the meantime, okay, 1 second. I lost my website. Is it? Okay, here it is. Let me share that. So this is our website. Is it shared? Shared. Yep. So that's our website, and we do these programs. Wednesday Sangha program every Wednesday, and this Sunday Ratha Prabhu is speaking, and Bhakti Vriksha programs we do it on every Friday. You can join here by clicking on this link. And we have calendar. The events calendar is over here. Morning Japa 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. as Ram Tulsi Prabhu was explaining. That's every day happening, and you can start joining it. In the midday, we do the Bhagavad Gita reading as well, 12 to 12:15. And let's see the Ekadasi time. Where is it gone? Come on. So this Friday is Ekadasi, and the breakfast time is 8:41 to 10:36. A little late, but that's the time. All right, let's go back to the questions. Stop the share. Okay, devotees, anybody has any question, please unmute yourself and ask the question or post it in the chat. I'll be more than happy to repeat it for you. Need it. Am I sorry, I'm just trying to see if anybody's asking. Okay, looks like everybody's in the strong meditation. I don't see any questions coming in. So
It's okay.
so we'll be it's a nice wonderful topic on the topic of japa, and which you give very beautiful points, especially the point by point how to, the progression of how the japa is important, and morning sadhana why it is important, and the purity you develop it and practice it. It's not just by remembering the slokas, or just it has to be practiced. I really like that, the stress on the fact that we need to practice. People ask questions about when we chant, we should be able to hear, and some people chant it in their mind. So some of those points, do you want to comment on that?
Yeah. So even chanting is in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So if you sleep, so first of all, there's no hard and fast rules regarding chanting. You could chant anytime, anywhere, but not anyhow. Correct? But the acharyas recommend, because we have a disease, this forgetfulness, and we have this ahamta mamata disease, material consciousness. So since we are still not spontaneous, we are not raganuga, we are sadhakas. So in such a state, the acharyas have recommended you do this. So when you're chanting lying down, that is in the mode of ignorance. If you're chanting slouched, with your feet on the easy chair, that is in the mode of, when you're walking, that is in the mode of passion and doing japa. And when you're sitting with your back erect, the spine is erect, that is in the mode of goodness. Similarly, japa can be done silently in the mind. Japa can be done softly, like how if those who are initiated chant the Gayatri mantra. And then japa can be chanted in a conversational tone, like how I'm talking to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now the acharyas say we are not at the stage where we can chant in the mind, because this mind is so disturbed. So disturbed. We may think we're chanting in the mind, but some other thoughts are coming and we won't even realize it. The beads are moving. So when we chant it aloud, it helps us concentrate better. We are not at the stage where we could concentrate just chanting in the mind. So this chanting in the mind, chanting softly and chanting aloud, the acharyas recommend chanting aloud. Similarly, when we are chanting on the beads, it helps concentrate. Your sense of touch is engaged. Your sense of sound is engaged. Your sense of hearing is engaged. If you're in front of the deities, your sense of eyes are engaged. So it is better to chant aloud than this mind or soft chanting. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Um, I don't see anybody else asking any questions.
Okay.
However, I think we have notes, and if you don't mind, please share that slides. We can discuss that in our Bhakti Viksha as well. And this is a very nicely put together material. I really like the progression of the way you described it. It is very useful for all of us.
So I will share this with Ram Tulsi Prabhu had sent me the WhatsApp. I have his and Ramchandra Prabhu's. I'll share the presentation with you. Yeah. And devotees, please read those shlokas, okay? And discuss amongst yourselves and try to map it to your sadhana.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Prabhu,
much.
thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, everybody has. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again next week, Wednesday. Have a
Thank you,
wonderful night.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
You too. Have a wonderful night. Hare Krishna.